Behold my challenger, the multi-rambler. I bet you have a words that rhyme folder, haven't you? You wouldn't last in London and it's cold in Canada, but don't trip, only one king strong enough to hold Excalibur. They're gonna say Purpose put it down hard, man, he cooked him. You got barred to death at the venue, outclassed on the footage. As intricate as a picture of your house carved on a bullet, you might sound smart, but we'll see what's on this clown's card when I pull it. Why when you're under pressure, you get more pussy than the pool boy do? Spending too much time in the uni library trying to fit in with the cool boys group. You and your team gather rounds off the net. You the ball boy crew. But I'm feeling like those guys who shot at schoolboy Q, because I'm letting these rounds off on a schoolboy 2. These are 10 times your best rhymes. Better luck next time. I'll hit him harder than he hits the books before test time. Feel the temp rise, the pressure's on. I'm about to redline. Since we both on trial before the monarchy, I'll make his head fly. Yo, you're gonna lose this on decision. But what do you care if you win it? You only started rapping again at all so you could do this competition. So you're gonna turn up missing when I leave here tonight. And if Nikoteen's still alive, then tomorrow I'm calling him. For legal advice, just let me know. But Illy's a lawyer, and my sister came to be one too, so there's other ways around it if you don't make it out this room. Question. What do your student lawyer friends think about this view that you project? On stage doing gun signals at a dude you never met, squaring up and simulating shooting off his head. Under law, a gesture can be constituted as a threat and charged as assault, which is a prosecutable offense. So your peers would remove you from the bench for the shit you do at these events. Plus, when there's a million other things you could have just said, Nico, that's as stupid as it gets. Yo, why didn't you do you instead? We've been through this a million times. If you can't be yourself for 6 minutes at a time, how the fuck we supposed to trust all the shit that's in your rhymes? I'm that beatnik that a beatnik. What don't you understand? You've been greenlit. You're a rapper for a few months every decade. Bro, I really live and breathe this. You get barred away. Words can't explain how hard to take that the technique is. You're about to have the performance of your life. And still get 3 zipped. Let that breathe. So all the expose you shit they all do, forget it, it's just a fable. Because you can't expose someone who puts everything on the table. I'm ready 3.
Give it up for their round. First round of Nikoteen. Let's get it.
Guys ready? Now I saw his battle with Greeley. That was pretty impressive. And he's from the city of churches. That's the district he's repping. Oh, that's perfect Purpose, because here's a little confession. I didn't come here tonight to hear a history lesson. But if he wants a lesson, he'll get that sermon from me. Since I first burst on the scene, I've been that word on the street. So I give a flying fuck what you perp ought to be, because when it comes to this final, this ain't where perp ought to be. I had a sick battle with Dunners. A sick battle with plans. My views racked up the numbers. I made classics for fans. I smashed up-and-comers and established old hands. You gave us piss-poor performances and massive demands. But before second round of the tourney, Mike hit us all up, true? Said the battlers only get 1 free entry, or else I'm going bust soon. Then the day of the event, I see the guest list as I come through. And who's the only rapper with the +2? Just you? And it's for straws and straws misses. They're the only people that actually rep you. For someone with 2 albums out, no fans came to check you. Your own girlfriend didn't rock up, and there's a man that upsets you. It's like Mr. Telstra got his broadband from the venue. See, I thought rappers are supposed to go overseas like Iggy Azalea. Somehow he's the only call centre worker who's still in Australia. So if he says that he's the best, he's a blatant pretender. He's been rapping the same way since the day that he entered. You fell off Purpose. You went from being a major contender to a name and a face that we only vaguely remember. So fuck it, you can get these hands free. That's a Bluetooth chip. You got a few screws loose, a little Fruit Loop shit. Do what you did with Greeley. Spit that sit, ooh, sit, ooh, sit. And I would turn this into a slick YouTube clip where you become the first kid to pit, ooh, boo, bit. you're not competing with me lyrically, because you spit 4/4 setups and we see them coming instant. I know you keep it simple, cause there's genius in simplicity, but after 7 fucking years, brother, speed up your delivery. In my last battle, I admit, Dunn came close. I pissed a couple fans off with them gunplay quotes, but I want to make it up to y'all. Bring your pub plates close. Today I'm serving a purpose. Come get your Sunday roast.
Give it up for that round. Oh shit. Second round on purpose, let's go.
Yo, at the end of every 4 bars, they cheer. You think that's because your scheme's hot, but it's indeed not. They cheer because you stack so much random bullshit in it, they're just relieved when the scheme stops. That textbook rookie shit is precisely what I feed off. He say he don't hear me, but I know he did. Like he eavesdropped. You are smaller than the list of people who saw the best in me. You write some great shit, but we're not calling you our best MC. Because you can rap, but when you rap, you almost have this melody. You sound like a kid at the podium for a spelling bee. Yo, spell NIKOTEEN's legacy. I'll give you a hint. It ends with me. Yo, he's been lifting hard, but he still looks like a 16-year-old glassy. I want to thank him for clearing the plates. I want to thank him for clearing the plates and order a chicken palmy. He's lifting hard till he thinks his arms are big as Arnie's, but I swing so fast he'll think my arms are quick as Arlie's. He injects needles in his ass to get big for Pyramid Rock pre-drinking parties. Which is weird because he act cool, but he know he got his hands full like the Egyptian army. I mean, you went from girl muscles to Kurt Russell. You look like you're about to throw a leotard on and try and suplex me off the turnbuckle. But I've been in worse trouble. To me, these are just word puzzles. My last round's a doozy. But you gotta make it past the first couple, because I am on my game. In every match, I brought freestyle back from its grave while these guys all played it safe. I gave everybody shots knowing they'd all try and put my life up on display. Truthfully, 60's probably the only guy who can relate. You weren't a target, just another face on a flyer on a wake. I barely had rounds for some of you boys. I keep trying to explain. This battle's like everyone's trying out cocaine and you're not invited to partake. Because you would kill for the lines I threw away. They describe the day I left down here as the end of a golden era for battling. And they've been saying it's the start of another one since I came back again. This cold callous, I'm reprogramming and toe tagging him. So sad, but he go passive and grow arrogant. He's no champion, he don't have it, he choke practicing. So if Mr. Long Arm of the Law can give me a full sentence, that's only because this murder was no accident. Wow. I'm ready for it.
Give it up for that round. Oh shit, second round. On NIKOTEEN, let's go.
Now he raps in a crew that's called Pagan Ellipsis. For record labels, that translates in English to waste of your business. So it's a damn shame. Because how you gonna make it in the rap game when you can't run an ad campaign because fans' brains can't translate your mad lame band name? So let's get it straight. We don't give a fuck who's producing your tracks. Mate, we're still getting used to the fact that you're a musical act. So when I hear one of his songs, I know I have to stop it, because Purple rap candy bars, his Cadbury chocolate. But then how can we expect him to have any hunger? Every battle he's getting incredibly younger. Mate, you haven't aged a day since the grind time deal. So I can't imagine how this guy might feel when you don't flop highlight reel. It's like a teenage Twilight film. You get removed off stage, getting booed all day. It's that pit ubu about to chew your face. Set a new court date, you're about to lose your case. This is a new Porsche place into a 2-horse race. Now when Ryan battled Greeley, I'm not sure if you noticed or not, but when Greeley said the company Ryan works for, the audio dropped. If you don't know the purpose behind it, it was purpose behind it. This nerd was nervous someone from his work's gonna find it. Yeah, Mike, is this right? So he had a mate pretend to be a lawyer, incredibly subtle, He threatened to sue, right? Mike had to get it removed. He didn't get into trouble. We had to edit a video because he didn't want to risk your employment. Every battle, like today, I get this for where I work. Do you think I've enjoyed it? But I don't edit it for these fans. That's a big disappointment. Take a diss like a man. Don't be a bitch and avoid it. So with all that said and done, there's only one thing left to say. I'm not saying nothing, because no matter what I say, he'll just censor it anyway. So if you guys like any phrase I'm saying, you better save it frame by frame, or he'll just make it disappear like David Blaine and no trace remains like Malaysian planes. See, you're not on my level, Purpose. You don't have that veteran's clout. Because you get here by putting your work in, not having mic pipes edit your work out. So fuck this whack contender. He practically edits the battle, so why'd I actually enter? I'll quit this match, surrender, go out and have a massive bender. He can fly to the UK and set up a match with Censor as a sarcastic gesture.
Shit, give it up for them round. How you guys liking this battle? You'll make some noise. We're going into the final round. Perk, do your thing.
Yo, you really thought I was worried about people knowing where I work, did you? Dude, on the day I said he's right, and even put it in a flip too. Plus, nearly every detail of my life's in my music already, so what's the issue? It's kind of rich you saying I have something to hide. None of us even know the real you. I mean, I've been through shit too thick to swim through. The type of bullshit where you always think you're past it, then it hits you, and it weighs so heavy on your chest that it wins you. The government shot at my family 12 years before I was born. You don't know this, but this shit's true. The same people on TV asking you to trust them. Man, if only these kids knew. They drugged my mum and stole my brother right out the hospital. Forgive who? Those motherfuckers must think destroying people's lives ain't even big news, because no one got a dustpan to help with the debris that I'm trying to sift through. My mum's caught her heart again. She got sick and nearly slipped through. Back to the start again. Arguing with my sister over this shit too. I mean big blues like the leader of the Crip crew. But fuck a sob story you don't want to sit through. It's the reality I live through. And it's why there's never a fucking care on my mind what angle he'll use. Because if I want to try and set all this shit right, I gotta kill you. I put it all on the table because this is my art. I agonize over the details because this is my craft. But you still got that guard up. We have no idea who you are. Bro, I'm giving them it all. You're just giving them bars. But you're gonna son of Sam Dunner's fam till your gun is jammed? Say what you will about me, but at least I know who the fuck I am. I treat my platform like Russell Brand. Neither of us are revolutionaries, but we don't lie to our fucking fans. Understand one thing, I'm not rap too tight. Throughout the tournament I catch a rhyme like that was nice, this cat can write. But when I watch it back I'm like, that was hype. And you bite. You're not a diamond, just a stone that knows how to catch the light. But don't feel bad for losing to me, Nico. I am one of one. Every time they try to pull my card, I play another one. Switch, now I'm troublesome. I'm going on another run. What's done is done. No, I'm saying watch me do what done is done. This is the flow that can stand on any stage in the world and stand out. The one that sat on that back couch, writing rhymes at Dad's house. I carried the weight till it damn near blew my back out and gave myself a deal while you dudes all stood there with your hands out. I'm back now.
Give it up for that round. On NIKOTEEN, let's go.
Now my first two verses, I had you up Shit's Creek. Now you're stuck in the boat, water seeping in, you're praying if you jump in you'll float. On that path to success, you've hit that bump in the road, and from the sounds of it, it's bigger than that lump in your throat. So call the doctors in, they're gonna check the vital signs on you. Inside micro cigar's never been inside a fight or two. Inside your mind, you know I'm better line for line than you, and that's despite how many tight rhymes that prime guy might write for you. See, Ryan, you were pre-writing when we were freestyling. So it's cheating. I run that back? Alright. See, you were pre-writing when we were freestyling. So a cheating piece of shit is all you'll ever be, Ryan. I know the first time you saw P rhyme, he seemed fire. You didn't have to bite his whole steez to be like him. And I know you two boys have got some issues, something that you're working through. Whatever you two boys get up to, do whatever works for you. I hope that Prime's the only person who can wake up every early morning new, not knowing what on earth to do, and is still considered purposeful. So fuck this Ryan kid and anyone he's rhyming with. It'll just prove how past his time he is when he plays in the UK and no one wants to pass to Ryan gigs. He's just such a sad little head case. You can't even get a friend date. That's why Straws is your best mate and he lives in the next state. See, I just go bar to bar like a game of Pong that's been played too long. This shot will give you wings. That's a Jaeger bomb. He's been acting like a king since he first came along, so it's like that famous song, you can see clearly now the rain is gone. So I've always been better than you, Ryan. That truth is clear. I just kick back and let you progress through the years. But I'm the only rapper from a group of peers the UK truly fears. So see me there, give me any rapper they think is too severe. I'll bring home that dude's career as a souvenir. As soon as I step off the plane, they'll light a flare. Airport staff are hiding scared. Cops appear in riot gear. Guns are drawn, sirens blare. The whole UK pride, now I'm coming to take their lion's share. And to save me on a pricey fare, I went flying there on Ryanair.
Give it up for that battle, yo!
Number 83,
Don't flop all fucking day, make some noise! Yo, it's been a crazy tournament. It was absolutely amazing to be able to top it off with that incredible battle. Make some noise for both of these motherfuckers, yo. Like I said, big ups to all the battlers, big ups to all the staff, and of course big up to all the fans that came out. You guys ready to hear the result yet? Alright. The Don't Flop Australia Icebreaker Tournament champion is NIKOTEEN. Give it up. Thanks for coming out, guys. It's been a privilege.
Yo, what up? It's Barry Bonza here at the Don't Flop Icebreaker Grand Final between NIKOTEEN and Purpose. Fucking dope battle. Probably one of my favorites in the tournament yet. Super close, hard to really pick a winner, but for me, I think the main difference would have been the second round. I feel like NIKOTEEN took the first by a couple of punches at least. I feel like Purpose's angle in the third, the honesty thing, that hit really hard for me. Involving yourself and being honest like that is, a lot of people don't do it, and I respect the move. I thought he had the third. Second, it was just a couple more punches going Nico's way. I think he had a couple of the bigger bars in that round, especially the Telstra shit hit home. Fucking awesome battle. Really proud to have been able to get this to happen. Barry Bonza, DF all day. Wow.
Yo, it's because your boy Mikey Pipes. Don't flop all fucking day. Don't flop Australia all fucking day. We just had the final of the Icebreaker tournament. We judged this one in-house, so we got the Don't Flop Australia staff judging it. I don't judge many battles where I'm the host or putting on the event, so it feels a little bit awkward, but look, I'm happy with the decision I came to. So this is how I broke down the battle. Obviously it was a close battle, very debatable battle. Both guys brought their A game, both were hungry to win. And so, no disrespect to the guy who didn't get the win there, because it was a great battle either way, and if you've got a different opinion to the judgments, then that's cool, I respect that opinion too. This is how I'll break it down. First verse I thought was the most clear victory in terms of a verse. I thought NIKOTEEN took that first verse pretty clearly. I guess also he got to go second, but he just had more lines that hit. He came in pretty strong. By the time he dropped the broadband line, I thought it was pretty clear that he had the first verse. I'll skip straight to third verse now, because I think that was the second most clear verse. It wasn't either of their best verses, probably the weakest verse of the battle from both of them. That being said, Purposes, I'd only say that because he didn't have as many landing punchlines, but the whole angle and concept behind what he was doing was pretty cool. It resonated with the crowd and people were feeling his shit, and I think NIKOTEEN's third verse, he didn't quite have enough haymakers to take away from the power of the concept that Purpose had in his third verse, so like a third verse to Purpose. It really comes down to the second verse. Punchline count, they were pretty close. Maybe Nicoteen maybe got a punch or two more. For me, it really comes down to momentum. I thought Purpose had punchlines that landed intermittently. When I was watching it back, I thought that Nicoteen was losing the round by about halfway through it, but coming into the second half of the round, he landed 2 or 3 lines in a row that really gave him momentum, and it was he really got a roll on in that verse compared to Purpose. So if I'm looking at it like their punchline count was pretty even, I think the way that the punchlines were stacked for Nicoteen gave him the momentum coming the end of the second verse. And so for me, it came down to the second verse, and I thought Nicoteen slightly edged it. That's how I saw the battle. Obviously, like I said, you're free to your own interpretations and opinions. End of the day, I'm super proud to have been able to bring this tournament out for fans. Really happy with the efforts of all the MCs. The final was crazy, and I hope you watch it again and again to try and come to your own conclusion. But I gave that one to Nicoteen. It's your boy Mikey Pipes.
What's up? It's Dan D'Souza, filmer and editor for Don't Flop Australia. I'll be honest, before we came up and watched the battle back, I had it 2-1 to Perp, and that was just based on Perp's delivery, his vocal projection, the way he holds the stage. I just felt, because of Perp's projection, that maybe some of Nico's lines didn't hit as hard, but then watching the battle back, definitely first round, I felt Nico took it. Perp had a very strong first round, but Nico just had a couple more punches that hit for me. Third round, I'll skip to the third like Mikey did, but third round definitely was a very close round. I felt Purpose took that round, again probably on delivery performance. Nico had one stumble, I think, it was not major, but it was just the bit about the ping pong game, and about it being played wrong, then played long. You know, it was just a slight slip. You didn't even really notice it on the stage, but that to me was enough for me to just slightly edge it. And then again with the punches, Nico finished well, but it just wasn't a knockout. You know, it was with the whole line about Ryanair was really good wordplay, but it just to me was not that knock on the jaw. Second round, again, very close. I felt the first half of Nico's round was flat. The first half I was like, nah, Perp's got this, easy win, second round Perps. And then the second half, Nico just was bang, just non-stop. It was a really fucking heavy ending to that second round. So I gave it first 2 rounds to Nico, third round to Perp, Nico.
Why when you're under pressure, you get more pussy than the pool boy do? Spending too much time in the uni library trying to fit in with the cool boys group. You and your team gather rounds off the net. You the bull boy crew. But I'm feeling like those guys who shot at schoolboy Q, because I'm letting these rounds off on a schoolboy 2. These are 10 times your best rhymes. Better luck next time. I'll hit him harder than he hits the books before test time. Feel the temp rise, the pressure's on. I'm about to redline. Since we both on trial before the monarchy, I'll make his head fly. Yo, you're gonna lose this on decision. But what do you care if you win it? You only started rapping again at all so you could do this competition. So you're gonna turn up missing when I leave here tonight. And if Nikoteen's still alive, then tomorrow I'm calling him. For legal advice, just let me know my But Illy's a lawyer, and my sister came to be one too, so there's other ways around it if you don't make it out this room. Question. What do your student lawyer friends think about this view that you project? On stage doing gun signals at a dude you never met, squaring up and simulating shooting off his head. Under law, a gesture can be constituted as a threat and charged as assault, which is a prosecutable offense. So your peers would remove you from the bench for the shit you do at these events. Plus, when there's a million other things you could have just said, Nico, that's as stupid as it gets. Behold my challenger, the multi-rambler. I bet you have a words that rhyme folder, haven't you? You wouldn't last in London and it's cold in Canada, but don't trip, only one king strong enough to hold Excalibur. They're gonna say Purpose put it down hard, man, he cooked him. You got barred to death at the venue, outclassed on the footage. As intricate as a picture of your house carved on a bullet, you might sound smart, but we'll see what's on this clown's card when I pull it.